Hello and welcome to the Irresistible Marketing Pod, the podcast that helps you find your voice, claim your power, and let your business fuel the change you want to see in your life and in the world. I'm your host, Isa Gauchi, your marketing confidence cheerleader and owner of the Isa Messaging digital marketing agency. Today, I'm going to share with you 3 easy ways to repurpose old content for those days when you don't have the energy or the bandwidth to come up with something brand new for your socials or your newsletter or what have you. Repurposing old content is really going to help you maintain a consistent marketing presence even when you are struggling with chronic illness, PMS, hard life circumstances, etc. So, super valuable skill to have, knowing how to repurpose your old content. Because most marketing and business experts are going to encourage you to post a whole effing lot. They want you to make a lot of offers to a lot of people and remind people of the awesomeness you have available to them. And on one hand, it's good advice. If you're marketing on the internet, it takes a lot of effort to get your content seen by the right people enough times for them to know, like, and trust you enough to buy. The more you post quality content, the easier it is for your aligned customers to find you and fall in love with your brand and throw their money at you so they can enjoy your offers. But if you have just a small marketing team, or if you're a solopreneur, the pressure to constantly be posting is a lot. Too much, actually. Especially if you're a content creator with chronic pain like me. But here's the thing. You can post a lot without having to constantly come up with new content ideas. When my migraines flare up and the pain blots out my creativity, honestly, when the migraine is real bad, I don't do marketing at all. I just let myself rest and do what my body needs. And during that period called the migraine hangover, when the pain's technically gone, but I'm still kind of out of it and recovering my energy and vitality, my body and spirit are so exhausted from just having endured such agony. And needless to say, I don't feel camera ready or super prolific and ready to write a lot on those days. I'm also unlikely to have a bunch of brilliant new ideas. So, to be real, I just don't even try to post or market my business at all when I'm in pain, and I've had to do a lot of self-work to get to a place where I don't feel guilty about that. I didn't choose to have debilitating migraines after all. Also, I am one little person. But I have found a way to stay consistent with quality marketing even when I'm recovering from a migraine, going through something in my personal life, I'm super busy, or I just don't feel inspired to come up with something entirely new for my marketing that day. During those times, I can still show up and market my business effectively by repurposing my old content. You might want to consider repurposing your old content too when you don't have a lot of time or energy available for content creation, or you just don't feel like going on camera that day, or maybe you have writer's block, or you made some awesome marketing before that you were really proud of, but just not enough people saw to your liking, or you're experiencing depression, anxiety, self-doubt, or imposter syndrome. In other words, when your mental health is asking for your attention before you go create a bunch of stuff for your marketing. Really, the list goes on. There are plenty of times when it would be wise to make content creation as easy and stress-free as possible for yourself. So to help you with that, here are my 3 favorite ways to repurpose old content. So, one thing I like to do is take an idea I've already shared and repost it in a different format. Here are some examples for how you could do this. You could take the copy from an Instagram carousel and share it as a text overlay of some video footage you already have in your phone, and then share that as a new reel or TikTok. Another example for how you can reformat and repurpose content you've already shared is you could take a blog post you've already written and send it out as a newsletter to your email list. You could also record yourself reading a blog post you wrote and share it as a podcast, like what I am doing literally right now for this episode, or as a YouTube video. Another example is you could take the 3 main points you shared in your last live and turn it into an Instagram carousel or a blog post. Basically, here's the idea. You've already done the work of coming up with a new idea in the original content you've already shared. So when you reshare it in a new format, you're not being repetitive. Let's just knock that silly concern right out of the way, because such a small percentage of your audience is going to see any one thing that you post anyway. So don't worry about being repetitive, even if you posted the exact same thing. But to change it up a little bit, you take the idea you already shared and reshare it in a new format or on a new channel in order to amp the signal, because your original ideas deserve to be seen and heard and engaged with and enjoyed. And I'm sorry if you hear snuffling in the background. That's my new puppy, Onyx. All right. This also gives you the opportunity to hone your message. Maybe you'll think of a way to rephrase the message that resonates with even more people when you think about how to reformat it to keep sharing this valuable insight you've had. Another one of my favorite ways to repurpose old content is to take snippets from longer content and make shorter content. So Mark Twain once wrote, "I didn't have time to write you a short letter, so I wrote you a long one." And Woodrow Wilson once said, "If I am to speak 10 minutes, I need a week for preparation. If 15 minutes, 3 days. If half an hour, 2 days. If an hour, I am ready now." Really, it's often easiest for us to get our ideas out when we have a lot of space in which to do it. When we can dive into nuances, go on tangents, tell the backstory, go into detail. Honing it down to the bare essentials is actually much harder, and it often takes people more time and more focus to get something really short, crisp, and sweet. That's why us marketers and advertisers get paid big bucks to come up with taglines and short little headlines for ads and boosted posts, etc. But anyway, here's the good news. The first iterations of all your best ideas usually come in a long form version. Maybe a live you did, maybe a long newsletter or blog post, maybe a full workshop you taught. With every long piece of content you write or record, you can pull parts out and make new content from that. So here's an easy way to repurpose long-form content. Take one idea from it. That's it. That's the new post. So where can you look for long content to pull from for new short content? Here are a few ideas for where to harvest from long content to make new short content. Any long captions you wrote on social media, any time you went live on your social media, podcasts you have been a guest on, workshops you've taught, your sales page, any blog posts you've written, any newsletters you've sent out, a super long comment you left on something you had an opinion on, your last conversation with your mentor, or your last conversation with a client, and especially your last conversation with a client, or your last sales call. All of these long form interactions or content you've made should make it really easy for you to find one short idea to pull from to create a new shorter piece. All right, number 3. My third tip for repurposing old content is to re-answer a frequently asked or recently asked question. If you already have an FAQ page, fantastic. You can just take one question from it and answer it in a new format, like as a social media post or a quick, short and sweet newsletter. If you don't have an FAQ page already, no problem. Just answer a question that you got recently asked or are asked a lot. Pick one you already know the answer to without having to think about it too hard. That way, it should be easy peasy to come up with what to say because you've already said it. So here are examples of where and how you could re-answer an FAQ. Make a post with one question and answer from your FAQ page. Take an answer you gave over email, verbally, or in the DMs and make it into a post. Answer a question verbally in a reel or TikTok. Make a top 5 FAQs blog post, podcast episode, carousel, or newsletter. Pro tip: these don't have to be boring. In fact, since you don't have to come up with something new to say, you can use your creative energy to come up with a cute way to share your answer. For instance, one of my clients is an awesome pole dance studio called Ecdesiast in Portland, and they did their FAQs. They answered them like while on a pole. They did another one in like a burlesque pose, another one like balanced on a chair, another one just like hanging midair. It's really cute, and their FAQ videos on Instagram are really popular. And if you want to go see them for inspiration for how to make your FAQ content cute and fun, go to @Ecdesiast Portland and check out their FAQ highlight reel. So anyway, what I want you to take from this episode is that if you're stressed out about coming up with new ideas for new content because you're busy or stuff's just going on or you're overwhelmed or your energy's not there, I just want you to breathe a huge sigh of relief because you've already done the work. You've already come up with original ideas. You've already put great content out there. And that content deserves to be seen and engaged with and enjoyed. So when you're not feeling it, when it's not right for you to come up with a new idea, repurpose your old content and make new content from it. I hope that you're celebrating all the content you've already made. I hope you are so proud of yourself. And I hope that you're feeling relaxed now that you have some easy, low pressure ways to keep your marketing consistent, even when you're not feeling creative, energetic, or confident. If you use any of these suggestions to repurpose your old content, please tag me. I would love to see it. You can tag me at Marketing Confidence Cheerleader on Instagram or Confidence Cheerleader on TikTok. I would really love to see what you come up with. Anyhow, if you would like to work with me, I have some one-on-one marketing confidence cheerleading spots available where I can help you come up with marketing strategies and tactics and ideas to make marketing work for you so you're not overwhelming yourself or stressing yourself out unnecessarily. And I will also hype you the fuck up. I will make sure you are feeling confident and you know your worth and you are proud of yourself and you are celebrating your wins, because our culture isn't really great at training us to know how to do that for ourselves. So that's where I come in. And as an entrepreneur, you know, it's a lot of uncertainty. It's a lot of figuring out new stuff. So it's a really great time to seek out emotional support. So if you'd like to be one of my one-on-one clients, you're going to want to hit the link in the show notes and sign up for my season of support, which is 3 months of one-on-one coaching plus 3 monthly snail mail presents, 3 months of unlimited copy editing from me, an expert messaging strategist and copywriter, as well as access to a private Facebook group so that you can ask me questions in between sessions, and free admittance for the next 6 months to any of the other programs I offer. So it's a really great deal. I would love to work with you. You can hit the link in the show notes to learn more about the program and how to sign up. And if you loved this episode, you found it helpful, and you want to keep more irresistible marketing content coming, please leave me a 5-star review and share this podcast with a friend. I want to make sure everyone who needs it has access to this fab-free resource, and ratings and reviews and positive comments are invaluable for telling the algorithms to show this free resource to more people. Anyway, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye, love you.